So up next is this piece here. So I did make it a little bigger, so I'm going to need to notch in around the door. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring that piece in, get you guys set up where you need to be so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, what's up YouTube? So welcome back to the journey. Welcome back to the channel. I got some plywood here and we are going to get started on the bathroom floor renovation. So yes, the smaller bathroom that was inside the house, all carpet, and the toilet was leaking a little bit and just completely got it completely soaked, disgusting. So we ripped it out. Ripped out the underlayment. Now it was the wood. There was a section right next to the toilet that I'd already shown in a previous video where we had to dry it out, and I had to go back in there with like a self-leveling compound to get that kind of flat. But now I'm gonna go back in with some, it's an exterior sheathing or exterior OSB. It is somewhat waterproof, so I'm going to put this down first, and then the tile and all that such will go directly onto this exterior sheathing OSB with all the yummy goodness. All right, so let's get this unloaded off the truck. We got to go in and get some measurements out of the bathroom, and then we'll come and cut this into the sections that I need it to be, and then we'll take it back in and I'll show you what we're doing. So here's the floor that we're going to be working on. So this is roughly a 5 foot by 5.5 foot, a little under 6. And then we also have the cabinet that's right here that basically will do. So what I think I'm going to do is measure right here where the toilet flange is, the cabinet. If I can move stuff out of my way. So it's right at 3 feet 1 inch and an eighth. I can do 3 feet 1 inch, that's fine. So I'm gonna do the full square here, and then there will be a seam right here, and then I'll do another section over here. So this is going to need to be 29 by 40.5. I probably should be writing this down. All right, got our numbers. Let's go get the saw. All right, so I got everything laid out. I actually did that off camera. And so I got the big piece here, the smaller piece over here. There's going to be a little bit of waste. I got the other saw out for when we need to cut out the hole for the vent and the hole for the toilet flange. And then, so I'll set this right there out of the way. And obviously, always utilize your safety gear, safety glasses. These are rated for safety. They are shatter resistant. And then I got good old ISO tunes. These are hearing protection. Link is down in the description because we are affiliated, and 100% of the money we make from ISOtunes, from y'all, goes right back into autism awareness. So go check them out. So this one is the toilet side, or the what part that's going to be closest to the tub. And I want to keep the factory edge over there because that's where the seam is going to be, over here by the door and the cabinet. So if for whatever reason I need to trim this side some, I can bring it into to where the tub is, get a washer, and strike another line down, and we can get that more in line with the tub itself. That way it will fit a little better. But I did leave myself like an 1/8 of an inch gap in the event that it does need to move around some, and that's fine because I can either fill that in with the tile itself and or just get some trim piece. But I would like everything to be fairly snug up to the tub, but not touching, because you basically run a bead of caulking over it and then it seals it up. All right, so let's go ahead and get these marked out. So this is going to be the toilet side. We'll put a T, and then we'll put a V down here for a vent side. So what did I do with those markings? Great. The markings walked off. So let's go find them. There you are. We don't got time to blacksmith today. Come on, let's go. Whew, all right, so I didn't really go through and show cutting out the holes. So we have the vent here and then the hole over here for the toilet flange. This one I actually had to cut a little more on this side because it didn't exactly fit. And then over here in this corner and over here in this corner, I had to notch those out. But then if you look closely, you can see I actually cut on the wrong side the first time, and I had to come back and redo it. So yeah, and then there's also another trim board over here that I had to notch out on the wall to get this to sit in the way it needs to be. Up next is this piece here. So I did make it a little bigger, so I'm going to need to notch in around the door. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that piece in, get you guys set up where you need to be so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And then we'll go from there. We'll take it out. I'll cut it. I'll bring it back. And then all this floor will be ready to go, ready for a tile. All right. Hopefully you guys can see there. It might be a little wobbly because you are sitting on the flooring that I just put in. And I don't have it screwed down yet. But what I need to do with this one is I need to bring it in underneath the cabinet. Hopefully it'll fit. It should fit. I need to slide this all the way up. It's not going to go all the way because what I needed to do is sit roughly like this, because I need to mark out right here for the door, and I'm not trying to make it fit super snug. And then however much I have left over, which is 1.25 inches on that side, 1.25 inches on that side, that's how much I'm going to come in, and I'm cutting out this corner and then cutting out the other corner closer to the cabinet. What this is going to do is it's going to allow that to slide in further to the carpet underneath the door. which I won't have that big of a gap that I need to fill with a transition going from the carpet to the tile. So let's go ahead and take this piece outside. We'll get it cut, get it brought back in, and then we'll get all the floor screwed down. Whew, just like that. And the gap is very minimal. Cool. All right, so here it is, a new day. I'm still in my pajamas, my yarmulkes and rainbows. But I think we got it figured out. The layout we're going to do, we're just going to kiss it. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring the tiles in, basically here. And what's going to do, so I'm going to start over here next to the toilet. And then fill this in, work that way, then work that way. And what it's going to end up having is a full tile right in the center of the door, and then I'll notch on the two sides of the door. But first I need to change. So, all right, so there we go. Good old magic of YouTube. We're no longer in our yarmulkes with rainbows, and we can get started. So let's gather up some tools. We got our trusty trowel. And I did not get any type of floor levelers for this. This is a fairly small space. I am going to be utilizing spacers for the tiles. And other than that, I'm just going to eyeball for level. That the tiles are level with each other. And that there's no one being higher than the other. Which I can always go grab a small level. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and go do that. Alright, I am going to try to attempt to show you guys the majority of this, even if I have to throw it onto a time lapse. But with the amount of space that I have in here, I kind of have to put you guys out the door, and you can't really see around the corner anyway. And 2, you'd be staring at my butt. And 3, I'm a fat man with no ass, so my pants fall down, and nobody wants to see that. So I'm gonna try to get as much of this filmed as I can. If for whatever reason I can't, then I'll bring you guys back at the end, and we'll just discuss it. All right. So I guess whenever I get into editing, I'll see how much of my butt crack is showing. But, all right, let's get to work. Otherwise, this is never going to get done. These things are going to be in my way. I can see it already. I'm going to need a lot more than that. Gladys is home. But
I love your butt crack.
Yeah, I'd already talked about that. I already talked about it. I already said if my butt crack was showing too much in editing, that I'm just gonna have to come back and show them the progress after.
It wasn't that much, though.
Progress is being made. First few tiles are in, but now I'm getting to areas I gotta cut. Yeah, let's go cut some tile. All right, guys, so I went ahead and brought you outside so we can cut up some tile. So majority of the tiles that are in there are going to have some type of little notches cut out of them and whatnot. We got it for the vent. We have for the toilet flange. We have up against behind the toilet. I need to cut off. And it's like that much on that. All right, so got another camera. We got our ISO tunes. Get to cutting these tiles. All right, so far, this is what we got. I was able to get underneath the door and such, but then if you look, this seam right here, you're like, well, why don't you have any spacers there? Well, all of this is right on that center line, that chalk line that I had snapped down. So all of this, I was able to put in the spacers, even up to here. But from right around here over, this wall is not square to the room. So it started pushing this tile over because I should have been able to put a full tile all the way down. And I didn't account for that, so I didn't cut these tiles on the wall side to give myself enough room. And it is what it is. So I'm not a professional tile person. It's still going to be 100% better than it was with carpet. And then if you're wondering why the drill's sitting right there, it's because the floor is not 100% level. It should be, But I did back butter all the tiles a good amount, and then also put in the grout fairly heavily on the floor, and then troweled it with the grooves, and then laid it all in to get it to wiggle a little bit. But that corner right there kept wanting to pop up just a little bit. Even though it's connecting on all four sides, I just wanted to weigh that corner down a little bit. That way it was even with all the tiles around it. So, but it's going to be good. So we're going to let this dry, and then if you come back, I'll move you guys back a little bit. You can see right here, I still have to put the tile right here. So I got to cut out for the door over here with this tile. Then there's like a smaller tile underneath the cabinet. This is a full tile that will be cut, and then this one gets cut out to go around the door. So all four of those I need to cut, but I ran out of thin set. So we got a call from the little one's teacher that she wasn't feeling good. So Gladys is going to pick her up, and then also going to stop at the store to get us some more thin set. That way I can get this finished up for y'all. All right, so there we go. I got basically part one of doing all the tile work done, and yeah, going back in and such. My butt was showing a lot more than you guys would want to really see it, so I just stopped filming because I tried moving the camera to a few different locations and such, and really the only place that would work is if I put it all the way into the tub, and then if I did that tiling, how am I going to get my phone back? So I just went ahead and finished up, and then showed you guys here at the end, and I'll bring it in that way you guys can look a little closer. But we're going to let this set at least a day, 24 hours, possibly two, and then I'm going to come in and throw in some grout. It is a little bit warmer than what the minimum temperature is for that, for this setting up, because normally it's 24 to 72 hours that you let this sit to set up. But with it being a little warmer, it's already setting up, because even those first set of tiles that I put in at the beginning was already setting up as I was finishing all the rest of the cutting of the tile and all that it was already getting firm. So I'm pretty certain that by tomorrow I'll be able to get in here and get some grout in. I want to let you guys know that if you're made it this far, definitely give us the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. It's free, and you've made it this far, you might as well. Right? Continue to follow our journey. It's much appreciated. Those of you that have followed the last live that we did on Tuesday, we're supposed to be closing on a property Monday, but there may or may not be a hiccup to where we not. I don't know. Regardless, I'm going to wrap this one up for now. This will be part one. I'll do a part two, and then I'll probably end up putting all these together of just the work itself, kind of like a start to finish type thing. Put out a third video of just the work, less of this, yak yak. So I used to have a shirt, less yak yak, more whack whack, right? The whole blacksmithing thing. Always thank a veteran at every chance you get, and definitely thank you guys for joining our journey, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye now.